So real fast, again, I'm not an influencer or anything. I'm just blogging my progress to be a resource for other people, both women and men. So again, try to keep the comments positive and feel free to learn something and keep watching. So this is super informal, but just other things that I learned watching other people blog or I guess talk about their experience. So in this coming video, this is like preparation part 2. We're going to see some things that I prepared or am preparing for, things I'm going to pack. And then more importantly, we're going to be talking about the visa process. Yes, American citizens need to have a visa to get into Turkey. And then the whole reason I'm doing the video again is it's 2020, so it's COVID. Some of the precautions that I'm taking, some measures, which include the insurance part. So feel free to join. Feel free to look at the links below. There are going to be direct links to some of these forms or applications.
Therefore, watching other people's videos, I made a small list of things to bring to Turkey because afterwards I was like, oh, that's really good. I should bring those things. So I have like a little prep bag already. It's already like in my thing, but first things first, I'm on birth control, so I'm expected to have my period, so I packed my own little period bag because I'm going by myself and I won't have someone to go down there for me, like my husband or boyfriend or whatever. On top of that, a couple of the people, men and women, I've watched both, they said that you cannot wash your hair, let alone wet it, for the first couple of days. I don't remember exactly how many days. So I bought like an Ultimate Clear, like a moisturizer and like a cleansing wipe, like a makeup remover type thing, just so I can wash my face because I tend to break out really bad. I don't know if anyone noticed I have bad skin. So I bought some of these because it was recommended. So next thing is I bought arnica cream. They pronounce it very strange in English, like British English. So at first I was like, arnica? I've never used it before. So when I went to Walmart, I'm like, do you have arnica cream? I like had such a hard time finding it, but we have it in the States. So I bought 2 of these just because I can always bring it back home. I feel like they're travel size, so I'll bring them both there. And if I need it back home, I'll just bring it back home with me. So I'm literally taking it out of the box. I found these at Walmart. I'm sure you can find them at a pharmacy like CVS, Walgreens. They were kind of with like the icy hot section in Neosporin. Go to that section with the cream. It's pretty much like an anti-bruising cream if you haven't heard about it like I have. Because I've never heard about it before. So it's something that really helps with like the inflammation or like the swelling. It's supposed to like soothe the pain. So I guess it's like icy hot. Okay, it is COVID, like I said, so I'm bringing my own airborne, and it's infused with like vitamin C, which it should have because it's immunity. So I'm going to bring some of these. I'll take it at the airport. I'm taking it right now before I go. So it kind of just like keeps it boosted just so like my immunity doesn't fall because I know my body's going to be exhausted after the surgery. Something I've been taking prior to my going to Turkey, not Italy, is turmeric. I always take it. I put it on everything, but I wanted to increase my dosage, so I ended up buying the pill form. It's 1,000 milligrams. If no one really knows much about nutrition, it's supposed to really help with your inflammation, which you should expect if you're going to have a rhinoplasty. So I've been taking this for the last couple days. I want to say it's like day 4 or 5. So I take it twice a day, and I'll be taking it throughout my process and then afterwards. I'm not sure how long I'll take it for. I kind of want to like scope it out. So in terms of that, I have this. And then I think in my next video, or maybe like as part of this one, I'm going to talk about nutrition a little bit because it's something that I'm going to study. I'm going to Master's for Nutrition and Food Science, so I'm happy to talk about it. And I think it'll make a really big difference in my recovery process. And that's something that I really want to blog about. Okay. Next thing I have is contacts. If you wear glasses, I don't wear glasses. I just look really weird in them. But I wear contacts, so bring your contact solution because if you do wear glasses, you are not allowed to wear it for 3 to 4 months after the surgery. So if you don't have glasses, be prepared to be blind or go find yourself contacts and bring like a travel size solution. Okay, last thing. Sorry, interrupted by the husband. He had to grab clothes in here. But last item is, what are these called? Cotton rounds. Sorry, I clearly don't use them regularly. So I've been told that if you are after rhinoplasty, you're just going to have so much snot because you can't really like blow it out, that your tissues will like eat you raw. And so I'm gonna bring these. Apparently they're softer than tissues, so I'll be doing this. One last thing that I should get is probably like Aquaphor, because I feel like moisturizing it would really help, and I actually think somebody said that, so that's like the one last thing that I need to buy. But that's everything that I'm bringing with me, kind of like my prep kit. Additional things that I've heard is like ice packs, but they have like bags of ice there at the hotel, and I know you get like soaked like backwards, like because like all that water drips out. But I'm not gonna buy ice packs there here because I don't know if they're gonna go through security. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, probably the most important thing that I probably should have covered first. I'm just trying to think of like what makes sense chronologically, but traveling to Turkey through a COVID-19 pandemic. Couple things to keep in mind, like when I told my sister I was doing it, she's like, so like what if something bad happens? I was like, well, it's a very common procedure, so I can't imagine anything bad's gonna happen. Like my doctor literally only does noses, so what could possibly happen? But she's right. So I got two different types of insurances. Both of them cover medical. One's more like emergency, and then another one is more like surgical emergency. So I got two different medical insurances. One of that insurances that covers like basic emergency, like normal hospital visits, that came with like my insurance for my flight, because I got insurance for my flight, my hotel stay, and that covers like any terrorism, COVID related delays, cancellations, extending, if I have to stay in Turkey for another month, like it's completely covered through my insurance. So I got insurance for that. Hopefully that doesn't sound confusing. So I got medical specific insurance for my surgery, and then flight related insurance, which also covers like a small portion of medical depending on what kind of medical. So hopefully that's as simple as I can put it. Next thing that I got was a visa. All Americans need it. If you're watching this and you're an American, you have to get an American visa. So that was about $50. Some doctors, like a couple doctors, sent me like a direct link, and I thought that was really nice. And you can do it online. It's really easy. You don't have to go to the embassy. The other thing about the visa, which was a little stressful, is that they have different kinds. So there's tourist visa, and then they have medical visas. So at first, when I was doing my research, I'm like, oh my god, I have to get a medical visa because I'm getting surgery done. And to do the medical visa, you have to go to the consulate and the embassy and like go through an interview and get accepted and get the document. But when I asked a lot of the doctors, I'm like, hey, do I need this? Like, what do the other girls do? Because again, I couldn't reach out to the other girls in America, or other patients, I should say, to be more specific. Other American patients, they said all our American patients, they just get a regular visa, and it's never been a problem. So I'm really nervous and curious to see what happens when I come in and when I leave, when I tell them that I'm here for a rhinoplasty, and that I don't have the medical visa. But just know that for me, I just got a regular tourist visa. I was roughly $50. My other visa, my medical specific visa, was $11, and my flight visa was like $14. So total, you only spent maybe $70, $80 total for all the like backing yourself up. And at the time, like I didn't think it was necessary, but I'm really glad that I'm doing it because I do feel like really reassured doing it. So I recommend it to most other Americans that are going to do it, and really anybody else, because it's Turkey. You just don't know. I mean, you just don't know. So going back to nutrition, so I'm a preferred flexitarian. It's a thing. I prefer not to eat meat, but I'm a triathlete, so sometimes I crave it. It's not like I'm like a hardcore vegan, but I've been decreasing significantly more on like how much meat I eat, just because I know it increases inflammation. So I cut back on all my ice cream, all my dairy, completely. And I've been taking turmeric for the last couple days. I want to say this is like day 5, and I'll be taking it twice a day, all the way into my surgery and then after my surgery, because turmeric is a natural supplement, and ingredient you can take in orally, and it's great for inflammation. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to help. On top of that, I've been eating tons of fruits, tons of vegetables. I have 2 smoothies a day, and like some of them are like cherries, strawberries, pineapples. Kiwi has a lot more vitamin C than just like a regular orange. I've been drinking lemon water to increase vitamin C. So I've been taking a lot of antioxidants because that also is supposed to help with your inflammation. And depending on the hotel, I'm hoping they have like a juice bar or something, or like fruit bowls, just so I can kind of keep up and maintain with that. Because I truly believe that diet is really going to affect my recovery process, regardless of if you have like a thick skin or thin skin, whatever that means. I still haven't figured out what that means yet. So, one last thing as I kind of wrap up like my initial preparation before I go. My doctor assistant, Dr. Niazi's assistant, I think it's a she, but she's so sweet. She's like, how are you today? Like, how are you feeling? I'm like, I'm feeling really good. I've been very careful. And she goes, okay. And I said, hey, do I need a COVID test? Certain flights require it. I don't want to have any problems with it when I go. She goes, yeah, if you can, and this is like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before I even get there. So she's been very communicative, like nothing came like last minute. So she goes, hey, if you can have a COVID test result 48 hours before your flight, that would be great. Some flights require it. I don't know, but it's good for us to know at the hospital just so we can like prepare you for it. So it's like, okay, great. So I went to CVS just yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday. My flight to Turkey is on Monday, so literally 6 days before. They're saying lab results come in 3 to 4 days, but I've read articles where it's been getting delayed. So I got it done a little bit earlier. So hopefully I'll get my results by Monday. So yeah, just keep that in mind as well. I actually have to message her because I think I'd like to get a COVID test after my surgery before I go back to the States in case I need it to enter the US. So that'll be all for today. I'm really sorry. It's like a very unprofessional video. Again, I don't do it for a living. I'm just doing it for people who need it, who want it. I'll try to put as much information and links down below. Feel free to comment. Feel free to ask questions. Hopefully this will help you as much as it helped me. So if you want to keep in touch, definitely. You can watch my process along. I'll be uploading more videos in the next couple of days. I'll try to video record as much as I can. Thanks.